howdy, my darling Virgo. How are you doing today? My name is SimplyVelca, and today, Virgo, we're going to be getting into your weekly tarot reading for December 2022 and see what's going to be manifesting, what predictions we can be making for you today, Virgo, for December. All right, so if you do enjoy this tarot reading, let me know in the comments below how my tarot reading helps you out. That's how I keep up with y'all, is through the comments, of course, my darling. As well, if you do want to support this tarot reading channel, the best way to do that is completely for free, my friend. Just go ahead and click the like button as well as hit subscribe, because it's the best way to support me, and I always appreciate those who do that extra step to support me. So all being said, let's just jump right into your tarot reading, Virgo. Be sure to check out your sun, moon, rising, as well as your Venus sign to get a better understanding of what's happening in your life when you're taking in zodiac readings or tarot readings for your zodiac sign, rather. So getting right into this here, Virgo, we have here the Knight of Swords, the Hierophant, with the Knight of Pentacles coming in here. All right. So Virgo, I usually don't like to focus too much on social situations, all right? But when you have two different court cards coming up, as a tarot reader, court cards usually represent people, all right? And I feel like there's like this direct message that y'all need to hear, Virgo, of where it's like letting you know you're going to be having two possible suitors. And when I say suitors, Virgo, I don't want you to immediately just assume romance, all right? I do see a strong leaning towards romance because of that this Hierophant energy, right? The Hierophant energy is like nice, like it's known as the card of marriage, but in this sense here, it's like there's two different people, very different from one another. When you have that earth and air signs, like one person's more practical, more down to earth, all right, and the other person's a little bit out there, all right? But that doesn't really matter. Spirit is just letting you know they're going to be sending two people down your path, romantic or platonic. You don't have to just assume this is going to be romantic. You don't have to, you know, some people keep on functioning off of when it comes to tarot readings that they have to just screw everything when it comes to humans, and it's just not the case, you know. This is definitely just a connection, two different potential connections for you, Virgo, that would be really solid for you. All right. So in this type of dynamic, I want you to think about like a best friends dynamic. I want you to think about the friendships that you develop in like the workplace or something in that manner there. All right. And so I feel like Spirit is more so letting you know this right now, Virgo, just because of the value that this connection would actually bring to you. So this is not just like something like surface level, Virgo, where it's just like they're only going to be talking to you just for one specific purpose. These are connections that are going to be going deep, Virgo. These are connections that are going to be providing some type of substance in your life. It's important enough, Virgo, for Spirit to be making it the first message. All right. And then I also feel inclined to consider those two different nights as two different opportunities when it comes to what you could be doing, like two different job opportunities. One job offering, especially with the Knight of Pentacles, is undertaking something that Virgo, for you, I feel like would get to your destination, but it would be a little bit slower of a startup. And then that Knight of Swords, which I feel like a lot of you guys are leaning into, Virgo, is this sense of like creating something of your own. All right, so let's get a little bit more detail about this, because I'm really like a lot of, yeah. I mean, come on, Virgo. We pull the star card for you right afterwards. December is going to be really a month, Virgo, that I want you to really pay attention to your thoughts at this time, to your energy, to, you know, if you're rich, if you do any type of manifestations or anything like that, Virgo, because I'm noticing that December seems to be a month of where you're going to be having things just presenting themselves to you. This is the only way I can really put this, Virgo, is like, this is the most having something handed to you on a silver platter as it's ever going to be, essentially, Virgo. So it's like, if you say, it's like, man, I really would like to attract a mate, I would really attract to like a best friend or something in that manner, Spirit is hearing that and just like, hey, star energy, we hear your desires. We're going to be showing you the opportunities or paths that you could be taking to get your path to cross with these types of things, you know, two different options. All right. And so I feel like even when it comes to just like your goals and your finances and stuff like that, Virgo, I feel like you guys are leaning more so towards like the Knight of Swords, which is just like the path that is like a lot of things that are going to be thrown at you at once, but you get to your destination quicker. So just that's really, we'll take a look at both sides of here, Virgo. See the value in it. Ten of Swords, or yeah, we're clarifying the Knight of Swords with the Ten of Swords here, Eight of Pentacles with the Wheel of Fortune. stepping here. So Virgo, when it comes to the Knight of Swords path, if you choose to don't go into this path here, I feel like, especially when it comes to a person in this dynamic here, this Knight of Swords energy would be someone that is very different than what it is that you're used to. And it's not someone that you, you know, if you've dealt with people that always meet you have trust issues and stuff like that, this is the type of person that would be the very opposite of that. You know, with that Ten of Swords there, it's letting you know that this mate that would be coming in would be the type of friendship, the type of companion, the type of lover that would be putting an end to the type of people that you're used to attracting in that way. All right. And so what I really would want to emphasize with this, especially as a person, it feels as if it's like solving a problem that you directly dealt with in the past. So for example, if the last relationship that you had was someone that was a cheater, or like a friend that gossiped about you, I feel like this would be the person that's the very opposite of that. Now, opportunity wise for you, Virgo, this is, I feel like, the more risky path, in the sense of where it's like a lot more relies on you to keep going in that sense. So what I mean by this is, like, when it comes to opportunity, or not opportunities, when it comes to careers or just endeavors that you personally would like to do, Virgo, I feel like it's leaning more so towards, like, how would I want to put this, Virgo? It's one of those opportunities where if you were to grab at it, it may not pay the bills immediately, but there's going to be a moment where it shifts and that it pays off great, big time. So it's definitely not like it working in like a 9 to 5. Like, I feel like the Knight of Pentacles is more of a 9 to 5 energy there. All right. And this is just all about the Knight of Swords. Like, this leads me to believe, Virgo, where it's like, I guess the best example that I could be making is like on YouTube, for example. You know, I always say, like, when you're doing social media, you're always one video, one post away from having your life completely change, right? And this type of dynamic here, this would be like having, you know, you started out, it's not, you know, you have to do a lot of different things to manage it and get it off the ground, but there's going to come a point in time that Wheel of Fortune comes in and a lot of changes, a lot of positive changes start blessing you. All right. Now, getting into this Knight of Pentacles. All right. As a person, all right, the Knight of Pentacles is definitely someone who isn't as adventurous. I would say the Knight of Pentacles is usually someone that is pretty settled in with their life. So let's get some clarifiers on this. Now, if this Knight of Pentacles is a person, Virgo, the first thing you want to make brought to your awareness, rather, is that they are already aware of you. Page of Swords in a social way is someone that is keeping their eye on you. So they're already aware of you. Do you already know this person as well, though? Three of Pentacles. All right, so this is definitely someone in like the work environment already. All right, so Virgo, what I want you to be aware about is that there's definitely some type of strong attraction someone has towards you in the work environment. Maybe someone has this desire in befriending you. I also get, as like a side note as well, Virgo, you might be hearing back from a job that you have left, and that's what that Knight of Pentacles is. You might be hearing back from a job that you had left, and they're going to be they've been thinking about reaching back out to you to see if you want that job. But definitely, yeah, Six of Cups is a card of two different things, right? The Six of Cups, by first definition, is the card that has a lot of history, right? So you share a long history with them. Also, the Six of Cups can represent, Virgo, receiving like a gift or an offer, right? And so definitely the Knight of Pentacles is someone that's going to be pursuing you. And the Knight of Swords feels more so like someone that you're going to just organically cross your path with. All right. Yeah. Three of Wands, they're organically crossing your path with. Now, if that Knight of Pentacles is when it comes to opportunity, as I said beforehand, it kind of just feels like getting like a job offer again. Virgo, was something that you already have left beforehand. So maybe if you've been having considerations of being like, oh man, I wish I didn't leave that one job there, maybe reach back out to them. I feel like you would actually get a pretty positive response. So this was a pretty unexpected, like, I did not anticipate. This is usually not my kind of style of reading, Virgo. So this is really interesting to do. I did not expect to do something like that. But let's continue on with your reading here, Virgo. See if there's anything else that you need to have brought to your awareness. Hopefully this reading wasn't too confusing, and please let me know if you did understand, Virgo, what I was trying to get across with both of those cards. I really wanted to like flesh out as much as possible. And yeah, because I would like to know if I was too confusing or not. But final thoughts here, Virgo. Ultimately, I don't know if you've been having anxiety about your family, or about if everything's going to be coming working out. This 10 of Cups here is letting you know that everything's going to be okay, Virgo. Take a deep breath, my darling. All right. I don't know if you've been having fears or anxieties about being forever alone or anything like that, darling. But you're not going to be alone, especially in that dynamic. The reading that I had just did for y'all, and the dynamic this was, you're definitely fine here. You have the 7 of Pentacles coming out right afterwards here. All right, so keep tending to your crops, keep tending to your plants, Virgo. All right, I feel like right now you're putting a lot of energy just keeping your head above water, making sure everything, the bills are paid, lights are on and stuff like that here. There's going to come a point in time where it's not going to feel as hard as it is right now, Virgo. All right, and it's okay to acknowledge that something is hard, but you're still able to handle it, right? You can acknowledge that it's a pretty tough journey and that you're struggling, but you're doing okay. All right, and so just understand that things are definitely going to be working themselves out here. Final card that will pull for you, Virgo, from tarot is King of Pentacles. Financially, especially for you, Virgo, I feel like this is definitely in regards to the home life. Maybe you've been having to deal with like mechanical repairs on your car or in your house or something like that, or just anxiety in the house. Maybe it's like trying to get enough money to pay for food or something like that. Things are definitely going to be starting to feel really solid for you, and I feel like it's gonna start progressively feeling more and more solid as this month of December goes on. All right, Virgo. So let's give you your oracle card, your oracle reading for today, and I'll send you off. All right, the card that came out for you was the Crow Spirit, Virgo, number 17, equaling to 8 in numerology. So write down that number to look up later. Co-create with spirit. With the Crow Spirit. So co-create with spirit. I feel like, as I said beforehand, I feel like this is in relation to Virgo, that Knight of Swords energy. All right. I can't help but feel as if you guys have been holding yourself back, Virgo, on some type of idea, on taking action or trying something out. For example, maybe you've been always thinking about being like, oh, I'd like to start like an Etsy store, what have you. But all the moving parts, all the learning that you would have to do to get an Etsy store going kind of intimidates you. But the reality and the risk that it takes, because you don't know if after all that work, if the Etsy store will work out. But you have to remember with that Wheel of Fortune, Virgo, that there's going to come a point in time where it all pays off, right? Where your crops eventually start blooming and you're able to have a beautiful harvest. But you have to keep your head above water until then, all right? But don't base your decision off of thinking that... don't base your decision off of thinking of what you think the result will be. Does that make sense? Do it off of what will be personally fulfilling to you, right? That's why you have that 10 of Cups there in the first place. So this is the tarot reading that I have for you, Virgo. Hopefully something in here resonated, and I'll connect to you sometime in the near future, my beautiful. Bye, Virgo.